Let's do example 1 on how to calculate the earning per share or the price earning ratio, and see how we can use it to decide whether the share is fairly priced or not. Now we have example 1, which says shares in LOM PLC as the current share price of 400, and LOM, that is 12 months earnings, were 40 shillings per share, of which 20 shillings was paid as a dividend, which reflects a constant dividend payout rate of 50%. Now, from the given information, we are required to calculate the current price earning ratio. Roman 2, if the earnings are expected to grow at the rate of 80% per annum, and the required rate of return is 12%, what is the expected price earning ratio? And number 3, would you buy this share? Now we're going to recommend if you should buy that share or not. Okay, now according to an example, we are required in Roman 1, we are required to calculate the current PE ratio. For Roman 1, we are required to calculate the current PE ratio. Now this is obtained by dividing the current market price divided by earning per share. Now from the information we have given, the market price, the current market price of which share is 400, and the earning per share is 40. Now our PE ratio is equal to 10 times. So our PE ratio is 10 times. Now Roman 2, we are required to calculate the PE ratio if the earnings are expected to grow by 80%. So we are required to calculate the PE ratio if earnings are expected to grow by 8%. So we can use equation 4 in calculating the PE ratio. So we say the PE ratio is equal to the dividend divided by EPS over R minus G. R minus G. Now, the PE ratio will be equal to dividend payout ratio. We've told that the company expects to pay 50% as the dividend. So dividend divided by earning per share is 0.5. Well, this part in the numerator is 0.5, and this should be divided by the required rate of return R 0.12 minus the gross rate 0.08. So if we divide, we get the price earning ratio. As we know, the price earning ratio is obtained by dividing the current market price by earning per share. So this is represents the price earning ratio. So if you calculate here, we get the price earning ratio equals to 12.5 times. So this is our price earning ratio. Now this price earning ratio could be used to estimate the future the fair price or the intrinsic value. So we say Roman 3, intrinsic value is equal to PE ratio multiplied by the earnings earnings per share. So our P ratio we've already obtained of 12.5. P ratio is 12.5 multiplied by earnings per share. Now we've given our earnings per share in the equation is 40. Now we expect this to grow by 80%. So we need to expect to calculate the earning per share or the expected earning per share. Now our expected earnings per share will be equal to 40 multiplied by 1.08. So if you multiply, you will get the expected earning per share equal to 43.2. So if you calculate, you get 43.2. So the intrinsic value is equal to P ratio multiplied by expected EPS. Expected EPS. So here it will be 43.2. So if you multiply, you will get the intrinsic value equal to 540. So if you calculate, you get the intrinsic value equal to 440. So to establish whether this share is overvalued or undervalued, you compare the 400 market price of share with the 440 intrinsic value. So the market price is 400. Our intrinsic value is 540. So this share is underpriced. This share is underpriced. So say this is a potential share for buying. If you identify the underpriced share, then you buy. And when the market corrects its error, you sell at a higher price and you make profit. So this share is underpriced, so this is a potential share to buy. Okay, now let us go to example 2 and let us see how the P ratio is used to estimate the intrinsic value, fair value of share. Now example 2 say a company has a dividend payout rate of 40% or 0.4. The equal rate of return on its share is 12% per annum. There is 2% per annum expected gross rate of dividend. And earnings per share are forecasted to be 50 shillings during the next year. Now we are required to estimate the intrinsic value of share. Now the expected P ratio is equal to dividend payout ratio divided by expected earning per share. All this will be adjusted by R minus G. So here again we are using the equation 4. The expected P ratio is obtained by dividing the P divided by EPS. P divided by expected EPS earning per share. We get the EP ratio. Now in our example, we have given the dividend payout ratio, which is this part, D divided by expected P ratio of 0.4. We've told 40% or 0.4 the dividend payout ratio. Then we divide by R. R is 12, 0.1 minus expected gross rate in dividend of 2%, which will be equal to 0.02. So if you divide, you will get 0.4 divided by 0.01. So if you divide, you will get expected P ratio equal to 4 times. So expected P ratio equal to 4 times. Now we can calculate the intrinsic value by multiplying the expected EP ratio multiplied by earning per share. Now our expected P ratio is 4. Now you multiply by earning per share given. Now in our question we are given the earning per share of 50. So if you multiply you get 200 shillings as our intrinsic value. So now we can compare this intrinsic value with the market price to establish whether the share is fairly priced or under or overpriced. But in our example, we are required only to calculate the intrinsic value, so the example is complete. Now we move to example 3, which says XYZ PLC has a constant dividend payout rate of 0.5. This is equivalent to 50%, and the required rate of return is 10% per annum. Expected rate of dividend growth is 4% per annum. Earnings during the next year are expected to be 20 shillings per share. Now you're required to estimate the intrinsic value of share. Now, as you can see, we have the answer here. So part A, the first part, we need to calculate the price earning ratio using our formula. So say the expected P ratio will be equal to now before we estimate the intrinsic value, first of all we need to estimate the expected P ratio. Now according to our formula, the expected P ratio is obtained by dividing the dividend payout ratio or the dividend divided by expected earning per share. The whole is divided by R minus G. Now given the information we have, the expected P ratio will be equal to 0.5, which is our dividend payout ratio, divided by 0.1 minus 0.04. So 0.1 is the required rate of return, and the 0.04 is the expected dividend growth. So if you divide, you will get the expected P ratio of 8.33. Now after obtaining the expected P ratio of 8.33, now we can estimate the intrinsic value. So the intrinsic value is obtained by multiplying the expected P ratio times expected earning per share, or the earning per share. So if you multiply the expected P ratio of 8.33 by 20, which is the expected earning per share, you will get the intrinsic value of 167 approximately,